So yet again, I find myself at the alternative view. Do I agree with everything he says? Oh, definitely not. But it's still a channel I would subscribe to, and in between some of the things he says, and he does seem to have an eye for finding things like, well, the following.
Yes, I think it's really interesting how people are responding. I feel it's awful that she was murdered in her life, especially being 78 as well. I think that's quite a sad way to go out. But yeah, I think there is a lot of controversy around how she lived her political life. I'm a real believer that the values that we hold are the politics that we practice. And
there's a lot about the eyes. I mean, seriously, I mean, I personally think she's another individual that's groomed, got handlers galore. Nobody in their right mind, apparently she's 26 now, would come out with the things that she has come out with. And remember, top 100 influential people, apparently. 2024 winners. She's in the top 100 influential people. So these Agaji, I'll go with that, has rightly been described as a ball of energy, conviction, and warmth. Age just 23. Well, remember, this is back in 2024. And apparently she's 26 now anyway. She is, among other things, a youth climate justice activist, environmental consultant, speaker, and climate consultant working alongside global corporations and governments. This individual.
I feel like it would go amiss to not mention the fact that she pushed against LGBTQ plus rights throughout all of her career. I would also feel like it's time to say that she also said a lot of things about the victims of Harvey Weinstein during the Me Too. She said they chose it upon themselves.
Yeah, well, actually, I would agree with Anne on that. There was a lot of actresses that were absolutely on that couch, whether they liked it or not, but they said nothing. Nothing. Lots of women in Hollywood absolutely knew about Weinstein. It was a standing bloody joke. None of them said a bloody word, so he was allowed to get away for how long? You know.
And she was vehemently anti-abortion, which in this country is...
She was vehemently anti-abortion. Well, I am also the same. And most people at one stage were absolutely of that mind. Remember, at some stage, the laws were changed to not vilify or criminalize somebody that was having an abortion. But it was the very last option for them to do so. Now it's like, hey, shag who you like. We've got pop stars that quite literally boast about how many abortions they've had. It went from, let's not criminalize somebody under given circumstances for having one, to, hey, reproductive services.
Not such a political issue in the same way that it's in the States. So I feel like even though what's happened is absolutely awful, there are a lot of people who won't be grieving this.
Imagine, I mean, honestly, I said these people are psychopathic. They are. Absolutely they are. Remember, what is she? Primarily a youth climate justice activist, environmental consultant, speaker, and climate consultant. Her primary focus, apparently, although I would absolutely say she's handled to fuck. You know, she's the front representation. It's the handlers that are absolutely controlling it. Somebody at the tender age, mind you, remember that's over a quarter of a century, 26 years old, there is zero empathy for what happened to Anne. Zero. I mean, it's terrible, but, you know, I still feel that I have to point out she was anti-eugenics, she was anti, you know, population reduction, essentially, yeah. She was pro-family. Oh, hideous individual, Yeah.
I think that's fair at a time when she...
To be honest, I'm a bit shocked to hear that. I think that's completely inappropriate, and I think...
And there's zero, there's no, that's why I absolutely know she's handled. There is zero connection, there's zero embarrassment. Even if you felt that way, you just wouldn't be doing it just now. Fucking not a problem for her. No. They're like, holy shit.
Regret what you just said there.
I'm just stating the facts of her position.
You know, seriously? Psychopathic. Absolutely psychopathic.
Lady has been murdered, and actually,
Exactly,
on some
and
of the
that's
things you said,
awful.
there's lots of people.
And remember, they're sitting there like the fucking righteous. Sitting there like the righteous.
Gay friends of hers, she said, and I said in the comments, many of the points she made were grounded in her faith, her
I'm
beliefs,
also a Christian,
which
and I
are
don't
shared.
believe the same.
I'm also a Christian. Look, how many times have I said to you before? Whatever you think is now Christianity, you name the fucking religion, you've got lots of these people behind it now. They're absolutely everywhere. We have a completely separate society, a society within our society, all levels, all creeds, colours, whatever, classes. It's an interconnected occult religion.
Which are shared, you may not, but respect her views and respect many other people's views who fundamentally disagree with you. And I'm really sad to be sitting on a...
Seriously, look at it. Honestly, I hear that, but no, I don't really hear it.
On a chair here today.
I hear that, but as someone who...
But as someone, because remember, hey, as someone...
quite uncomfortable sitting next to you after what you just said, to be honest.
I hear that, but...
Actually, what he should have done is said, look, though, I'm not putting up with this. I'm amazed the BBC is, and I'm off. Yeah? You disgust me.
As someone who is queer, my right...
As someone who is queer. Look, oh my God. Yeah, again, we only have to go back a few decades. Nobody gave a shit about what you fancied. You were gay, straight, bisexual. You know what nobody wanted to hear? Is you harping on about it. And worse than that, giving it some sort of like you're angelic above everybody else because you like to, in this case, you know, rug munch or whatever the flying fuck. Honestly, these are not badges of honour.
Has been affected by her speeches. She has been a part of reform, which, as someone who had to live through what was a race riots of last year.
Oh my God. You know, God, Malcolm. Oh my God, I can't believe it. I'm quoting Malcolm X here, which I still think he was a bought and paid for fucking Mason, you know. You know, with a, you know, they do that thing with the finger next to the head, you know, knowledge. But, you know, he wasn't wrong with it should not be about the skin colour. It should be the content of one's character. That absolutely. And all they've got is, you know, I like to have it off with girls. I like to same sex. I like to rug munch. Essentially, yeah. In the 80s, for fuck's sake, nobody cared, but nobody was like, oh, like, okay, fine, whatever. You know? Keep your private life to your fucking self.
Her actions have contributed to a lot of my community having very...
Honestly, look, oh my God. There used to be people in places, occasionally that term was used, communities, genuine. Another thing that's been hijacked. Being kind was a genuine thing. Now it's been hijacked as be kind. Have you noticed about the Be Kind Brigade? They're absolutely psychopathic. Communities. And then that's a word that's been absolutely fucking destroyed. There is nothing genuine, historical Western civilization community about any of this. They're communists.
very difficult lives. So yes, it's all.
Do you feel that she's had a very difficult life? I think this individual's doing pretty bloody well. I'll repeat yet again. I feel strongly that this is a puppet, well handled by people that do not want to be seen in the light of day, i.e. our handlers. They don't want to be, oh, wait a minute, all right, we can see the strings now. Who the fuck are you? These are all sacrificial puppets.
Taking your head there. This has been playing out. This kind of argument has been playing out on social media.
Holy shit, you know, what that individual should wait, but what the fuck did you just say? Nah, well, you know, no, none of that.
To a lot of my community, having very difficult lives. So yeah.
Honestly, calorific value alone, how many calories do you reckon a day? Yeah? And remember, top 100 influential people. She's fucking handled all right. Seriously. Absolute. I know, I keep saying this. It's socio-psychopathic. And I know people say, no, look, I have degrees beyond belief and they're either one or, you know, look.
It's awful.
Manipulative beyond belief, but absolutely no sense of, no empathy, no nothing. You know, look, okay, let's look. Psychopathic. Psychopathic describes a personality construct marked by a profound lack of empathy, shallow emotions, a lack of remorse, and a persistent antisocial behaviour. Well, you know, and individuals with these traits are often glib, manipulative, and egocentric, frequently exploiting others for personal gain. She's more than psychopathic. She's, I would say, sociopathic as well. To a point, but it's thick as shit. What a combination, really, when you think about it, because nobody that's smart would come out with that. Even if they were, you know. Nobody.
This has been playing out. This kind of argument has been playing out on social media since the news of Anne Widdecombe's death, hasn't it?
Well, I just don't think this is the time or place. Of course, as I said, she had different views to us.
I'm not saying she's a saint, you know, but she just covers it better than that individual at the India. Anyway, yet another bloody tough video, but come on. Seriously. We're not dealing with 1% of society here. Really, we are not. We're not. And within that 10%, there's, well, you know, the handlers, the whatever else. Because ultimately, if you've, you know, I fucking hate the term actually these days because everybody says, oh, I've researched. But no. If you've been aware of this for a number of decades plus, you know, you tend to find common denominators like. And in with that 10%, remember, it's not just about getting the bulk of us gone. Remember, population reduction. Because remember, you're no longer going to need quite the 10% that you have been humouring and funding and, you know. If you've got a vastly reduced population, you're going to have a vastly reduced 10%. After all, it's a business model and it's a technocracy, it's a cultism on steroids, it's so many things. And I'll speak to you soon.